I'm Fiera Luna, and I play games on the internet. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Today we're playing we're crossing some I can definitely say the word aminal. Animal. Animal. Whatever. We're crossing these things. We're gonna finish our illusion bridge. Oh, Rossetti's here. February 16th is Festival. I will practice dancing. Dance, dance. Dance, dance, and we're falling apart at halftime. Dell just sent me a letter. Red sent me that. Oh, my pockets are too full. Oh no. Oh no! Hem. Oh yeah! Surely no harm can come of this. Does this thing work? Nope. I have to go get those customized. I put Festival stuff in here. Because I wanted to. And because it's because maybe hopefully the Happy Home Academy will be like, oh, you decorated for the holiday. I would like them to be like, oh, you decorated for the holiday. Wait, I have a perfectly good pipe sitting right there. Oh, marble wall clock can also go in storage. I'm gonna go check if I have the right or the left half, because I don't remember. Katrina, what did you give me? Gold turtle. Girl. What am I doing? Also, why am I not dressed properly? Beautiful. Totally normal. I'm a very normal creature. That's a weed. Wait, no. We have to go villager. Villager hunting was what those noises were supposed to come out as. It's not what happened. Not even a little bit. I do not have time to decorate a really cute room for her. I'm so sorry, sweetie. Okay. There's an order of upper... Is that a weed? Yes. How dare you? Okay, so there's an order of operations to this situation. Thing one, we need to go out on an adventure right now before I forget. Flick? Celeste? Chat? Can they do that? That is 3 villager... 3 specials. What? Can you do that? Pansy one. No, do I even have bugs for Flick? My bugs! My bugs! I gotta know. I do! First... Nice. I don't know why I'm doing this like a fool. There's so much to do tonight. I should be helping that nice kangaroo. That rabbit looks like she has opinions. That rabbit looks like she has opinions. That rabbit also looks like she knows how to snap good. And then if she did, she would snap in the letter Z. Okay, need to go to Arab's Island. Next, we'll see how many dodo tickets we have. Because truthfully, I no longer care what villagers are out there on the islands. We're looking for a jock to fill out our man villagers quota. We got Dell as our grumpy villager. We've got Zucker and Sasha for lazy. Cephalobot is a smug villager, who I keep thinking is lazy, but he isn't. Cephalobot is smug. So we need one more. And that one more needs to be a jock. Oh, they're pretty. I forgot how pretty the weeds were. Ooh, what's Red got? Is that painting real? I can't remember if he has angry eyebrows or sad eyebrows. I don't like it. Gonna look it up. Dom's a jock? I forgot he was, TBH. Oh yeah, Mint has Dom. Ribbot's a jock villager? Oh, we're going back to Frog Jail? Oh, I forgot the name of this painting also. Yeah, okay, angry eyebrows. I was right. So is Sprocket. We had Sprocket, and I let him go. I already have this painting, but it is real, because it's never not real. Alright, hey Cyrus. Yeah, I know, just saying. Oh, I see. Oh, there's a lot more in here that I can get customized than I thought. I could do the ruined seats myself. And the stools. Oh, that's right. The goddess statue lets you customize it to the various regions. I kind of like customizing it for Rito Village, because they did the cutest one. That's Goron City. That's Kakariko. I think I like the Rito one. Boots is also a jock. I don't know Boots. Well, we'll look and see what we can find. I need to keep 1 rupee as is. Oh, gold rupees. Those are worth 300. Boots is like the most basic crocodile ever, except he wears the clown shirt. Oh, that's amazing. I am. Purple. And then silver and gold are the last ones. I'm gonna put the gold one on top of a pitfall seed. I know that you can't, but I will find a way to hide a pitfall seed behind it to mimic a like-like. We love a like-like in this house. You get in there and they just eat you. Just I am. Week hasn't changed over yet. Do I still have 10k? Yeah, I can still talk to you. Katrina, what's what? What's going on with me? Show me the future. Okay, let's consult. Okay, I will definitely close my eyes and not be weird. No one looks at her when she does this because she asks us to close our eyes. So we would never see anything weird. Okay, what do we see? You lie in a comfy bed and a dream drifts into your sleep. After visions of a happy life on your beautiful deserted island, you awaken refreshed and renewed. Ah, my luck with health will improve. Very nice. I don't know why I get her to tell me. I guess it's because if my friendship luck doesn't... I guess it's because if I'm having bad luck, I'd like to know about it. Alright, our customizations are done. I want to go home. I have a plan. I have a plan, chat. Oh, you sent me a picture. Oh, why is that a jock villager? We'll find someone. What if there's a horse jock? Roscoe's a jock, isn't he? Maybe there's a horse jock and I can make fun. Mark would be a bunny, but what if there's a horse? Okay, so we need to finish the illusion bridge, but we also need to go villager hunting. So, and I can't finish the illusion bridge just yet. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to drop everything that the bridge requires up here on the bridge. Boop. This is a brilliant plan, chat. Darn it. Okay, Isabelle won't like it, but that's what we're doing. Ooh, moss balloons would also be good. Because then we can have some really interesting stuff go on. Oh, actually, if I could get enough moss balloons, I could make some really interesting... There's a tiger named Rowan who's a jock. Amazing. Right. I just told you to assess these. I'm gonna go look and see if I have the wild painting. I don't know what I'm missing for fossils. I'm fine. I think I have the left half, because I think mine is green. But I will take a quick look just to see. Oh, hey, Fuchsia. You checking out the art? Because if you're not, then you're in the wrong room. Oh, heck yeah, let's go! I got the correct half! Blathers, I'm about to blow your blathery mind! Oh, also, while I'm thinking of it, since we're going to the Neath anyway, I need to tell you all something funny to me. I have access to the laboratory. I have my own lab. I do not have... I do not have access to the university within which this lab resides. It's very funny to me that I can get into I have a lab. I like the idea of wiggling right in there, just scooting in. Aw, yeah. Just scoot-a-looting right in. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Also, chat, we are going to make a wild attempt. We are going to make a wild attempt to fill out our, this thing. The dealy bop. The museum. You know, the thing I'm trying to say the words for. I'm going to make the attempt. Hey, Flick. Oh, I couldn't drop the moss because I'd have to plant it. That's not how that works. Boys, I have things to sell you. I can't believe there's 3 special visitors on my island. Wisp can technically be here as well, did you know? That looks like a really tasty bowl of udon. It might be ramen, but I would like it to be udon because udon is delicious. Sold. I'll buy it. I love some hearty ramen. I want to eat it, but I won't. I will not. Bye, boys. I don't need any of your things. I'll put the ramen in storage. I know I didn't put the tree in storage, but just trust me. Actually, you know what? I can plant that tree and then dig it up later. But whatever, it's fine. I'm busy. Nook tickets! I'm a charlatan. No. I want to get something out. I don't actually know if I have Nook tickets. I might. I do! Alright, let's go. We're on the hunt for a jock villager. Or any other villager that's cool. Like, I'll take it. But jock is what I'm missing. I want to fly! Yes, I do. I need to harvest... Oh, also, I need to harvest these islands as well. Because I need rocks. I need delicious stone. Whee! Okay, I don't need to harvest the bamboo here. Just the stones. Oh, what a weird little villager. Did you at least do me the honor of having a bunch of... Yeah. This is also... Bamboo Island is also a really good place. I was gonna say, you're a sandpiper. Bamboo Island is really easy to turn into Tarantula Island. Ah, nerds! I forgot I had eaten something. Tisk tisk. Come on, I need stone. None of that stone. Don't worry, I have bamboo shoots at home. Did you know you can eat these? What the? The rock didn't move? You guys saw that, right? Like, that rock just fell out of this rock. Okay, okay, I thought I was crazy. Eating that right through my mask. Be stone. Beautiful. What's the recipe? Useless to me. There's yet another stone! With a conveniently placed campfire, I think? You know what? It happened again! Why is it doing that? I must be bumping a button. I don't know why it changed to the axe. That's very confusing. Going on? Switch controllers? Do you need dusting? Holy heck, Val! Are you out here drawing Moth John? Because it looks like you are, and you're doing amazing! You have improved so much. Oh my good golly. That would do numbers on Tumblr. You did amazing. Oh! Seraphim and I have been workshopping an AU of sorts. Oh, I gotcha. Well, listen, that's what happens sometimes. Who's our villager? That may or may not be a sturgeon. Oh, it's the burger one! Her name is Frida, I think. This fish will be the sadness of me. Fish. I don't even have a wide mouth river here that I'm fishing in. Like, come on. That is a black bass and therefore useless to me. Into the sea. Yeah, I think her name is Frida, but she's a hamburger and a hot dog, as you can see, and french fries. Wait, Frida, are you a girl villager or a boy villager? Can't tell if Frida is a normal villager or a smug one. And TBH at this point, I'm just gonna start asking if they're normal or smug. Sisterly! I've determined there's no such thing as boy and girl villagers anymore. There's normal and there's smug. None of these are stone. I'm bad for the local environment. Like a colonial monster, I am here to cause problems. I know all about problems that colonials cause. I say colonials, I mean colonizers. Whoops. Colonials is a different, very specific word. Usually, at least in English, and especially in North America, it refers specifically to the original 13 colonies of the U.S. Hi, Centipede. You're not rocks. Hey, ceaseless mods, turn your gaze upon this wretched bot. Nope, no recipe, so we get to see what's in the hole. Ah, fossil. Ah, my shovel! Can I reach my storage from here? Sure can't. Oh, well, I just have to get some hardwood. That's easy enough. I can actually do that while I'm here. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is only kind of what I need. When you guess which thing is not like the other. That's two. 3. Oh. Sebastian with the painter. I love that. I love that. It's adorable. I have so much to do in Animal Crossing tonight. And I'm never going to remember what I'm doing in Mask of the Rose. I'm gonna go home now. Don't have enough rocks still for my cave. I gotta make the cave! It's gonna be a really cool cave. It's gonna look like a cave dungeon entrance. Probably. Nook Mouse! Yule. Yule, it's time for takeoff. Yule. Let's go! Eepity beepity. I keep not doing Archie's storyline because I don't want to upset the Masters of London. I feel like it would be unfortunate. Oh, Sister Fruit Island! Maybe we'll get a good villager here. What have we got? You're an elephant. Hi. Hi, Opal. Ah, I should shake down all this fruit because it's worth so much money. Me money, etc. Me core, and so on. None of these are stone. Nothing. None of it. What? Why do I have to suffer endlessly? Surely one of these rocks has stone in it. Diggy diggy hole. Diggy diggy hole. Surely one of them does. That one had a piece of stone in it. Useless. Useless lumps of clay. You up there. At this point, I'm gonna go to a Captain Island because maybe then it'll be a different season. Maybe it'll be stone season. I just want some rocks. I don't want iron. I don't need it. I'm up here. I might as well take home these oranges since I'm up here. I have oranges at home. You know what I like doing? One of the things I like doing with an island is whenever a villager's like, do you know what our island is famous for? Do you know what fruit our island is famous for? I like replacing all the fruit on the island with different fruit that it's not. Like just cutting down every single cherry tree and keeping some cherries in reserve. So that when you get there and you're like, no, I don't know what your your fruit is famous for. What fruit your island is famous for. Yeah, that's the one. Then I can be like, ah, ha ha ha. That's right. It's cherries. And you've seen nothing but orange trees on the whole island. That's what I like to do. I think I am absolutely the silliest. A rock! Give me another piece of stone, please. This is so much iron. That was an uncomfortable amount of iron. That was 8 iron. Should I say mean things about Mr. Irons? Is that how we get stone instead? Do we say mean things about our funny bat? I would have so much fun putting the boys underneath, but they'd never survive. I say that like it's true. Jacob would have the hardest time adapting. He's not good at that sort of thing. Like, rationally, he understands society, but the minute the rules break down, he's just toast. He's just out there going, nope, I don't think I can do this thing. And Callahan understands society, but I think he's too good. I think he's too magnanimous. Magnanimous is a stat that you can have, but I think he has too much of it. Because I've learned that the way to get good at what I'm doing in Fallen London is to steal stuff. That's how I keep my making waves higher than my notability, because I don't have an orphanage yet. I just steal diamonds. Sometimes I help unfinished claymen sneak out. And it gets me mountain sherds, which I sell for money. I gotta go put some things away in storage. They don't do anything for me yet, and they have like one use. Like one documented use as far as I know. Oops. I forgot to check what's in here. I still can't believe there's so many visitors here on my island. Oh, those are kind of cute pants. Good deal. Oh, collarless coat. Where are the kind of cute pants? Oh, they're two-tone pants. I can't see them under the collar. Oh. Oh, no, never mind. The back of them. There's two tones, but it's on the butt. Denim skirt. In case I want a jean skirt. I could wear a sweater. Just a whole sweater. Oh, it's just a little school dress. I could go to school. A little pom-pom cassette. I love the pom-pom casquettes. I think they're adorable. Especially that one. The blue one's pretty cute, too. Anyways, I will not be wearing that. I love how they don't mind if I'm running around in a bathrobe like a fool. No, you know what? I would like to be an octopus. Because that's what I'm. I have a lot to do in Animal Crossing, so we will Mask of the Rose, but I have so much to do. There's so much to do. That is a line from Guild Wars, but I can't remember where it comes from. I know it's one of the human ladies saying it. But I don't remember why. Who's our villager? A duckling. This rock is in possibly the most annoying position I've ever seen a rock in. Okay. I can still dig my holes. I'm still gonna collect everything out of these rocks, obviously. It's just I'm gonna have a glut of clay. A positively overwhelming amount of clay. Wait, where's our villager? I should have walked by them. Should I? Should not I have? Welcome back! I'm complaining about the amount of clay that I have. Oh, that's Quaxum. Quacks. He's a jerk. Quilson. Never mind. Ridiculous. Of course, of course. Naturally. Quilson does not get to live on my island. Every villager is somebody's favorite, though. You know how I know that? It's because every Pokemon is somebody's favorite, except Gothorita. The baby people like, Gothitelle people like, it's just the middle one. She didn't get any votes. Gothorita gonna become my favorite just despite everybody. Have you seen her? It's the middle evolution of Gothitelle. I legitimately think she's kind of cute, but I understand why people are like, oh, I like the baby one, and I like the big one, and I'm just like, no, the middle one's actually pretty cute. Not my favorite Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon is Eevee. My favorite legendary is Giratina. We're friends. We're besties. The minute I learned Giratina could fly, I flew everywhere. On my mighty steed. We caused problems. I like to think that they saw me in the sky and they thought, what's that? And while I was up in the sky on my Giratina, they went, I don't like the look of that. And I like to think and hope that people in the towns I flew to were like, honey, if this is it, protect the kids. And I hope when I touched down, they were like, oh, okay. Everything's fine. It's just a Pokemon trainer. Mine is Tinkaton, and my favorite legendary mythical is Shaman. Yes! There is a movie with Shaman and Giratina for some reason. And I love it because it's where we get the shot of Giratina holding the Shaman in its mandibles. Like just in the little gold bits. And that's perfect to me. I think Shaman should hang out with Giratina. I think it's cute. Like how I have a lot of stuffed animals. Not as many as Val, but I have a lot. Oh, it's Sister Fruit Island again. I'm so tired. Wait, is this Colton? Come here, come here, come here. I think you're Colton. This is Colton, chat. Okay. Colton is a horse I keep trying to call Prince. I'm gonna get him a crown? Wait, chat, do we want Colton on our island? We do need a jock. He's a smug villager. He would replace Cephalobot. Because I can't let my lazy villagers go. I love my baby boys. Although technically I can have multiple smug villagers. I'll harvest my rocks and think about it. What are we thinking, chat? Yeah? He's a pretty good horse. I have Julian on my other island. Ahem. This'll also mean that that when I'll redo the area in front of where Ketchup's house used to be to match Colton, and I can integrate it better into our silly shenanigans. I can put the Triforce out there, probably. This will also give me a little time to decorate a room for our pink kangaroo friend. I was about to say, is this rock about to be all iron just to spite me? Chad, I knew full well that was coming, and yet, I was like, oh no, the sound. I love how in order to dig, we give our shovel a little twirl. Okay. Colton, let's go. Horseman! Horse. Horse! Come live on my island! I believe in destiny! Let's go, Colton! Hi-ho, silver away! Even though we just met, Evie, you're alright. Aww. Colton, you can stay, buddy. I'm not harvesting the rest of this island. I lied, I'm looking for the recipe if there is one. Oh wait, there was a fossil, so... Well, alright! Wait, is it a good recipe? Does it suck? Or is it good? Maybe it's brand new. It's brand new! I've never learned this recipe before! Sweet! We're bringing Colton home with us! do I make Fair play Pressure live on stream, or do I do the silly funny thing and wait till March and make her play Look Outside 2.0? Choices, choices! You have so many choices. Alright. Oh right, we hydrated set demands. On the one hand, I want to play through the promise ending for yourself. On the other, fish. You are correct about fish. Alright, we have ourselves a good villager who doesn't suck. That's not true. I like playing Pressure. It's just I also feel like I'm really bad at it. So the thing about Pressure is that it rewards you for being quick with it. You gotta be so fast with Pressure. Yeah, I know. That's why I feel like I'm just like... That's why I feel like I'm just like gonna get caught by Mr. Loopy. Just rocking along. Like... It's the opposite situation of Guild Wars 2, where I've been playing for 10 years. Ah, darn it. I still can't believe I've played Guild Wars 2 for as long as I have. Oh, I just saw it spelled L-O-P-E-E or something, and I was like, Loopy. That's what this man's name is. Okay, team tick. Let's stretch. Oil. Oh boy. I'm pretty good at hearing when the angler's coming in, which is nice. Okay. 3 villagers. Okay, there we go. I needed to take a picture of that for Mint for later. I can pick up my movements when I lift it. But when it comes to jumps, it's like, nah. Lamau. I don't know. I called him Loopy because, I pronounced it Loopy because the scares me. And also he makes the loop, the time loop. Yeah, actually, I gotta sell these. Yeah. Okay. I better be able to make that cave. I've worked very hard today. I do need to decorate for her, but cave first. Oh wait, that's all rock stuff. Here we are. Cave! Ah, finally. Beautiful. Oh, that's Ed. Also, I will come back down for... That cave had better fit where I'd like it to, also. I will decorate this room. Because she is a cutie. This is Mercy. I don't want to rescue Painter. I don't want the badge. No. No, some badges I won't get. I would love to get picked up by the fish, but not like that. I don't need him to rip out my heart. I don't want to make him sad. I don't want him to be sad. Oh, she got lipstick on. I didn't notice. I'm gonna make her a spa room, chat. I don't care that he doesn't remember any of it. Somehow that is worse. Make her a spa room. She seems like she could use it. Her and the kid go into a spa. Oh, we've got lots of nice spa things. Two different hot tubs. Bath stool. Bathroom. Actually, just gonna put milk! Yes! Oh, chat, I don't know how to explain. Is there banana flavor? No! Strawberry milk it is. I guess she is very pink. Oh, I should have just done showers. This is gonna have to be a significantly larger room. This is just the women's bath, don't worry, but it's gonna have to be quite big. I think how I want to contain this. Ducks! Done, sold, perfect. Oh wait, locker room's usually when you just come in. So, I think... we'll put that there. Yeah, that there. Oh no, wait, that's for the showers. No! I needed that! There we go. Bathroom by the entrance. Lotion. Actually, I think I'll put the showers here and here. We want a couple of bath stools. And the bucket, of course. I should put the rubber ducky in the water. No, I was right the first time. Yeah. Okay, good. Oh, I like the wood squares. They don't quite fit in the shower. That's fine. Ooh, a bathhouse wall. I'm liking that. Actually, no, I'll keep the subway tile wall because it looks... I want this to be a bit more enclosed, and I want the showers on the wall for it. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that'll do. No. Rubber ducky looking there. Always gotta have your rubber ducky looking. Actually, I don't need a chair over there. Well, I mean, I do. What I need is a bench. Not like a, yeah, like a flat bench, like that bamboo bench, or like this outdoor bench. I think this outdoor bench looks most like what I would find in a place like this. Yeah, it'll do. Actually, no, I'm gonna change that back to white. Oh, those don't come in other colors. Okay. How about you? Oh, perfect! Oh yeah, right. You only come in 2 colors, and this is the one. Okay, we've got our shower over there. We've got our rubber ducky. I need a place to drink my strawberry milk. I need a table. Usually you drink your strawberry milk after you have your bath. But we're gonna drink it during. I think this could use, like, 2 more baths. Oh, actually, I think it could use... No. I think it could use, like, 2 more baths. Will this one fit? No. Kinda. Actually, you know what? I have an idea. A hypothesis. That's an idea you can test. You mean an idea you can test? Yeah! You got me! I feel like that needs a bench or something to cool off with. You know, for safety's sake, I feel like it needs a bench. There we go. I just needed to turn on every single thing that can be turned on. No, stop scooching. I need you to turn it on. Fine, I will move it with my mind. Beautiful. I'm so good at this, chat. It's a bathhouse. All done. I forgot to shine everything, but it's fine. I'm glad the chat has remembered that it's an idea that you can test. Now, we will need to finish our Illusion Bridge build tomorrow, I think. There was just so much to do today that I didn't get to it. Nope. I'm gonna give Colton a crown as soon as I'm able. I don't care that it's a million bells. Oh. Oh, I'd better go pick up all those things though. Because I don't want the town to not be perfect. That's what happens when you leave things lying on the ground. Phoebe? Phoebe was on my Wild World Island. And I didn't realize that she was a phoenix. So I was like, man, what a weird colored ostrich. Oops. One more thing that we must do. That is to visit Sasha. Sasha! Oh, he's sleeping. I don't want to wake him. He's eeping. I'm just gonna let him. Hey, Petrie. Okay, hey, Sprinkle. Okay. We will finish our illusion bridge tomorrow. It's gonna look so cool, chat. It's gonna look so cool. Someone did an Algebraian. What if every Algebraian had a force equivalent, but with different animals? We got the swan, the toucan, the threel, and so forth. Well, and the force, of course. Oh, nope, nope, nope. We're not trying to go in there. And the horse, of course. Okay, let's get Mask of the Rose started up. I know there's nothing to see here yet, but don't you worry. We're gonna go masking. The five viper, the 6 cicada, the Sevhen, Gator, K9, 10 Rantula, Axolotl! I know that's not how you spell it, but I can't pronounce it in any other way. Alright, chat, we're doing this. I messed up with Theophilus, and I'm really hoping... Oh, right, we were dealing with this. You know what? I'm going with it. You guys can't see the game. You're right. You can hear it. It's a mystery. What's going on? I was just in the story menu messing around with a happy ending because I want Rachel to have a good time. What am I wearing? I don't need my ministry badge. Oh, it must be supper time. Yeah. Okay. Right. Because we just finished up with Rachel. We're not going to deliver that story because David just died. Feels wrong not having Archie as his seat. We'll have him home again soon. It's not as simple a matter as I hoped, but we'll get to it. Best we not dwell on it. We need our strength if we're going to do anything. The vicar's got a new spring in his step. His sermon today was calling for practical action. Said something about faith alone not being enough. I'm no learned doctor of the church, but I feel we had a reformation over this very issue. Complain about his meddling. Note her attention to the vicar. Do not take this conversational gambit. Andre is about to take this conversational gambit. So, it's here I tell you, chat, that there is no, as far as I can tell, there is no good, like, walkthrough or guide for this game. No one's gone through and just made all the choices and wrote it all down. Because that's not the way of the Fallen London fandom. However, I wish there was. Because it'd make it a lot easier to play through on Andre, who can see the future. That's his power. You do take an interest in him. Well, if he were to look for a new wife, I wouldn't be opposed. He'd be of use around here, and there's one or two things I could help him with that. There was a fire in his belly I'd not seen before. His preaching was very red-faced. He's not ill, is he? I'll look in on him. I could look in on him at St. Albans. That would be a kindness. I hope he isn't ill. I'm not going to St. Dunstan's for Sunday service. The vicar there has notions. For a moment, no one speaks. I am going to eat my food. I know I haven't paid Horatia. I know I haven't paid her. I don't intend to. Money's for me. I have 17 pennies, though. I really should. I really should just pay her. Okay, we have a few things to do today. One of them is go look in on the vicar, who I messed up my relationship with. Oops. I didn't realize I could agree. Like, I didn't realize that would... That option... It didn't... Anyway. Grizz bought one, and the headlines read, Beware ailments caused by lack of sunlight, cholera, scurvy, female distemper. Female distemper. Cholera is not caused by lack of sunlight. Neither is scurvy. Well, I guess arguably scurvy could be caused by lack of sunlight, but that's not its main cause. So chat, I will explain what all these things are caused by. Cholera is caused by by ingesting water that has been infected by human waste. Scurvy is caused by a severe vitamin C deficiency. When you get scurvy, it's bad. You don't like it. One of the things about scurvy is that it wouldn't technically be caused by lack of sunlight, but lack of fresh vegetables and fruits. In order to not get scurvy, you need things that are high in vitamin C. All citrus is high in vitamin C, because that's what makes it citrus. It's the citric acid. That citric acid, that's vitamin C. That boy there. Well, sort of. It's weird and complicated, but long story short is those things are the same guy, sort of. It's not quite right, but it's close enough. And female distemper is caused by other people being mad at you for being a woman with opinions. Heaven forbid we should be a woman with opinions. Oh yeah, right, I should be recalling the past. I don't know if there is anything left in my jumbled grab bag of memories. Never mind, there's nothing there. Poor Andre trying to make sense of a linear time. Oh, we can go visit Rachel as she is still grieving. Let's go. We're friends with her, you see. Good morning, friend. I find I keep thinking about the same things. Do you know what an inquest is like? Andre does, but he won't comment. I didn't know, and now I can't let it go. It had to be held right away, immediately, when David died. It had to be done and finished so we could bury him. Oh, that's right. She's Jewish. She can't leave him above ground for very long. Except under very particular circumstances. You can't bury the dead on Shabbos because that's work. And you can't bury the dead during certain holidays because, again, that's work. So usually what you do is You have them held in sort of like a burial vault, I guess is the best way to put it. You see these sometimes in very, very old cemeteries in places where there's winter. You'll see, like, it's especially in the States, but we have them here too. What you'll see is either a big, like, a mound just hollowed out on the inside with two big tomb doors on it. Or you'll see a purpose-built structure. But 9 times out of 10, it is actually built into the earth itself, because that offers better insulation. And what it is okay. So imagine you're in a colony. You're halfway across the world. You spent weeks sailing there, and you know it's going to be weeks before anything else comes to get you, like before anything else gets to you. It's wintertime, and somebody dies. So now the ground is cold. The ground is frozen because, first of all, there's a bunch of snow. And then there's the ground. And the ground is frozen solid. And you're not digging into that frozen solid ground. You don't know how far down it's frozen to. It could be like a couple of inches. It could be like a couple of feet. Those are American measurements, right? Right. Good. Okay. Anyway, so you dig your way down. You can't really dig your way down. It wouldn't be feasible, especially because you don't know if you'll break your shovel. And you need that. So what you have is a burial vault. It's basically like the morgue before the morgue was a thing. You just stash a body in this above ground vault, close the door, and then come springtime, you can actually bury them. That's usually what would be done here too, is you would stash the body somewhere in a burial vault or in like a special little spot. And then you would bury it when it's not, when you're not forbidden from doing work anymore. I need more bookmarks. Is it common to have multiple bookmarks? Yes. I have multiple bookmarks. I have bookmarks people made for me. I have bookmarks I made for me. I have bookmarks that I got because I liked them. They looked pretty. I got a ton of bookmarks. Oftentimes, the way that I store my bookmarks is by putting it at the end of the book I just finished. Sometimes I get bookmarks specifically for a specific book. So like, because I can crochet, I made a little house. I made a little house with some leaf decorations on, and that was my bookmark for House of Leaves, which really needed multiple bookmarks, so that worked out neatly that I made it a little too long so I could bookmark multiple pages with it. House of Leaves worked really well for that. Now I'm trying to think. There are other books I've had bookmarks specifically for that book. A lot of horror stories I will make bookmarks specifically for that book. Because sometimes when I'm done, I don't want to look at it again, so I'll just put the bookmark at the very end and be like, I finished that one. We're not touching it. We're not looking at it. It's not real and it can't hurt me. I haven't done that in a long time, because I have a lot more digital books these days. But my real, actual, in-person physical books are nice. Oh, that reminds me, Val. I've got to get you a copy of How High We Go in the Dark, because I think you'll like it. I think it'll make you feel a lot of feelings. I think it's a collection of short stories, but it deals with very similar. It deals with the same vibes as Scythe does, but I don't want to say in a more mature fashion, because that's not really true. I don't know how to explain. I think you'll like it. There's another shorter book of short stories by the same author that I also think you'll like quite well. Oh, well, guess what? How High We Go in the Dark is amazing. You remember me explaining that if Sai were a scythe, the way that he would the way that he would meet his quota is with an amusement park, right? I lifted that completely from How High We Go in the Dark. So that short story, yeah, I lifted it completely. So that short story, all the short stories are interconnected, but that one in particular is connected. That one in particular. So the deal is there's a plague. There's no known cure for the plague. It's super duper contagious, and it is very painful to die of it because you just kind of like melt out of your body. It's not a good fun time. It's a bad time. So what happens is when children get that plague, the short story takes place in a theme park. And parents can bring their children to the theme park. The theme park has a bunch of safety precautions to keep people from getting sick from the plague. They dress the kids up in little hazmat suits. And stuff like that so that they don't accidentally give it to somebody else. And the last thing that those kids do is they get loaded onto a roller coaster. And the roller coaster is specially designed to reach G-forces that, you know, would kill people. And do kill people. But, like, on purpose, so that the kids are riding a roller coaster and entering into a state of euphoria and that sort of thing that you get from NDEs, where you're laughing and cheering and excited because there's no oxygen in your brain. And, like, the whole story deals with basically, like, trying to... It deals with a lot with grief. It deals a lot with the... Because it follows somebody who works there. So it deals a lot with grief, and it deals a lot with, like, this is a mercy. But at the same time, every time you load these kids onto a roller coaster, knowing that they would never have survived, it hurts a little bit in your soul. But it's still a mercy. And it's still a kindness. Yeah. It's making the best out of the worst situation. I think you'd also like I think it's called Funeral for a Dog. It's one of the other short stories. That made me sad every time I read it. You're gonna feel a lot of feelings from this book. I'll get you the other one too, because the other one's real good. It's not the same. The stories aren't interconnected in the same way as How High We Go in the Dark. But they're still all very good, and they still all have sort of a cohesive theme. It's, I think, called Monsters and Salarymen or something. I'll find it. I have physical copies of both of them. And there is a story in the first littler book that would become How High We Go in the Dark. It's not technically part of it, but the Dancing Plague would end up becoming How High We Go in the Dark. It would become the basis for that. You know how sometimes an author will revisit an idea and be like, hey, actually, I really like that idea. I want to flesh that out a lot more and do some stuff with it. That's what that is. That's what happened there. Right, I was doing a thing. I got distracted because I was talking about burials. It had to be held right away, immediately, when David died. It had to be done and finished so we could bury him. So it was the coroner and a random 12 men he found willing, presiding in the upper room at the Rising Sun. We carried up David's body and put it on a table after we'd cleaned it as well as we could. He'd been sick a few times while he was dying. But we did what we could, and the gin fumes covered the smell, I imagine. At least for the members of the inquest jury. My sympathies. We've all had a great deal to bear. Rachel makes a few flattering remarks on my better points. Thanks! Then it was just me and Phoebe, The only witnesses being interrogated by the lot of these men, who were not sober, not sensible, and not of our beliefs. Oh, no, honey. Bunch of drunk Christians are asking you a lot of questions that they don't know they aren't going to understand the answers for. Phoebe stood by me and held my hand, and for that I will be grateful to her until the day I die. They wanted to perform an autopsy on David. It wouldn't have been more than a butchery. To look for poisons inside him. I'm going to be here for this woman. I'm going to do it. I'm listening. Take your time. I said no. They could plainly see he'd been poisoned and it didn't need checking on. And that we didn't want an autopsy unless it was to check for infectious disease. They didn't like that. But I yelled, and they let me have my way. And then they were like, ugh, she's got female distemper. Though they bickered and leered and pried open David's eyelids. Why would you do that? The end of it was that they wrote out a warrant for Archie's arrest, and I've never been more grateful for the thing to be over. I'm not going to suggest the value of it for a writer because, like, that's great and all, but, like, that's not... Thank you for telling me. Not the sort of story to tell when dining out. Milton vanished last night to apologize. Visited last night to apologize. He said he could see that he'd been out of line. He had reasons why he behaved as he did. I won't go into that. I've forgiven him, but he is difficult. It's an absurd thing for me to ask you, I know, but would you treat this as a confidence and give me your candid advice? What happened? I'm curious in spite of myself. If I hint at feelings for Milton, he says, "Oh, I know," in an affable way. Or, "What an inconvenience." As though I'd caught a sneeze and he was sympathetic but didn't see what it had to do with him. Then he turns the subject to something innocuous. What do you want? What were you hoping for? Well, that touches a point, doesn't it? What exactly would one want from a person like Milton? Marriage, plainly, is ineligible. Even if it weren't for my brother, Milton would not keep a kosher house. Chad, I can't. I cannot. Milton would not keep a kosher. No kidding. Really, Rachel? Really? You think a devil from literal hell would not keep a kosher house? Chad. Chad, I'm dying. I'm not actually dying, don't worry. I'm dying of silliness. You think Milton mightn't keep a kosher house, huh? Really? Really? Aw, seriously? I know. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Anyway, goodbye. Nor do I see him as papa to a gaggle of amber-eyed tots. Yeah, no kidding. I don't think he's gonna fulfill that mitzvah either. Just saying. Whoopsie doodle. I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing for this one. I will lend her a sympathetic ear. If it helps to talk about it, please do go on. Thank you. Kindness is like milk and honey down here. Yeah, I don't think we're in the land of Canaan, though, lady. I've thought of being his mistress. Among artists, these arrangements are tolerated more than elsewhere. Lately, I've thought of it a great deal. What would I lose by going with Milton? And if, in a few years, he casts me off, how would my life be any worse? Will we even survive so long down here? I'm not pointing out the social distance, but I mean, I could. I feel like Milton's trying to discourage you, though, lady. One has the impression Milton has given you his answer. Well, he continues to visit me. As a friend, not as a suitor? A gentleman wouldn't encourage a lady to hope for an offer that wasn't forthcoming, though on reflection I doubt he'd apply those rules to himself. Perhaps he'd even say it was a compliment to me that he didn't expect me to be taken in by them. Curse it. I'm on your side with this, lady. I don't like devils. I'm sorry. I'm on your side here. Hey, she likes me! We're besties. Fear I've infected you. Aw, seriously? Listen, the Davids and the Doras are amazing. Like, I know object shows are an extension of old Flash cartoons that I used to deeply enjoy because I was small and they were funny. Not all of them were lol so random, but some of them were. But these object shows are extensions of those old Flash cartoons. In some cases, they are those old Flash cartoons. And those old Flash cartoons are extremely silly and fun. So like, back in the day, we had the fun of Salad Fingers. We had gosh. We had Mr. Stabby. We had Weeble. You guys have heard me burst into Who Loves the Chocolate regularly on this channel. And Magical Trevor. And so on. Like, I was there. I was there when it was written. Do not speak to me of the old magic. Etc. But do speak to me of the old magic, because I was there when it was written, but I like hearing about it and stuff. Nice to see new fans of the old magic. The old magic, the deep magic. Andre has worst secrets, but he's not going to tell her about them because, like, she literally just lost a family member. He's not going to be like, yeah, I killed my own parents. Never mind that. He did do that. It's complicated. He had to. Their family is duel to the death to win being head of the family, and he needed to do something. Turn the conversation to artistic friends. Rachel's conversation circles back to Milton's salon, which is plainly the source of most of her social engagement. At first, you wouldn't entertain anyone who painted or sketched, or worse yet, committed acts of sculpture. He said you couldn't tell enough about the souls of the characters, and it wasn't interesting to him if it didn't afford a view. But he was converted out of that way by the contribution of the Solomons, especially Simon, who, according to Milton, makes all his painted heroes into a temptation and a reproach. After that, the rules against visual representation were somewhat relaxed, and the company grew more mixed. The business of the salon is evidently central in Rachel's existence, and at the same time, it is the one thing that David will not allow her to discuss at home. So she tells all of it to me, never tiring of its personalities and its particular etiquette, so unlike the manners of her own family. I should be elsewhere. My publisher will be sending around a messenger at any moment. Look after yourself, Andre. The unfortunate thing about this young man is that Andre is a very empathetic he's a very empathetic boy. He's very big on noblesse oblige, where he's like, well, I'm nobility. It's my job to look out for everybody else. What else am I good for? I have money. I have power. And I don't have a lot else going for me. That's not entirely true. He does have a lot else going for him, but he's not a good judge of his own character or of himself. He's not good at that. He does his best. All right, we were going to go look in on... Oh. Okay, we hydrate his chat demands. Maybe we can fix up with maybe we can fix it up. Let's go see whether our boy Theophilus needs anything. Alright. Big stretch. I just put on the spiriferer's fork. Walk into the church. Yo. I would ruin so much. Anyway. Let's see. For body break, let's do some crunches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh. Whew. I took off my academic clothes at some point to put on church clothes. I want to be a science. I know I should wear church clothes, actually. I should wear church clothes to the church. I'm good with this. I'm gonna be distressed about Archie. A friend of mine was arrested recently for murder. I'm sure it was a terrible mistake, and it's worrying me very much. Theophilus listens with a practiced air. He's heard many confidences and confessions before. It doesn't make his attention insincere, but I feel that he is once again performing a familiar task. For a moment, no one speaks. Horatia told me of poor Archibald's arrest. Down here, everyone has lost something different, so they cast their eye on what a neighbor has that they don't. Like the 2 women who came before Solomon to argue over their child. I'm just gonna agree with everything this man has to tell me today. Well observed. I meant to ask you whether there's anything I can help you with. Is there anything amiss? Horatia mentioned that you had changed the direction of your sermons. That you were calling for the parish to fling itself into good works with wild abandon. Really, there's no cause for alarm. Throughout the ages, the Church has heard the clarion call for renewal, and change begins at the doorstep. Are you frightened too? Hardly anymore. Why should any of us be frightened? What could be worse than where we are? Really, you're worse than those ladies vying to be my housekeeper. Oh no! Fear I'm rating at the moment. Slothazor, we have a pull. Me. I think everyone is about to die. Lamau. Oh no! A single pull. Are your slublings good at eating mushrooms? Because I hope your slublings are good at eating mushrooms. You're going to have a really hard time. See, what you should do, since you're the one with a pull, pick up the golden slubling. Pick up the golden slubling on the mesmer, who also has to distort shake. Oh boy! Oh boy! Rice, pick up the golden slubling and just make it even harder for them. For those of you that don't know what the heck we're talking about, this is Guild Wars 2 thing. Raidwing 2 has a first boss called Slothazor. Slothazor is very, very difficult. Well, okay, it's very, very difficult compared to the other raid bosses. Because there's a lot going on that will just kill you. No exceptions. Things that can happen in Slothazor. Your slubling, one of you gets transformed into a slubling. They don't eat the mushrooms good. There's no place to stand that's safe. You cannot outheal the damage, and you all die. Other things that can happen in Slothazor. Slothazor! Slothazor happens to you. Him's big. He does big damage. What else can happen in Slothazor? Oh, all the baby slublings. It's a bad time. What else? What else? Oh, yes. And if you want to be a slippery slubling, you have to do it with 9 guys. Oh, I can make this man real mad at me. I shouldn't, but I can. Oh. Okay, I'm doing it. Does this involve your own soul? After the fall, I believed myself judged and damned, and I accepted it. I thought I would never see my wife and child again, even in heaven, and I bent to that divine justice. But then we received news from above. This is not hell, the surface merely above us. What can a soul matter in the midst of that cosmic joke? What sort of god would do such a thing? Or allow it to be done? I'm getting this man's soul back this time. I gave in to despair. I walked into that old valley and did not emerge. I thought, if there were a god, and if he were such a cackling fiend as now appeared, then he deserved for me to treat my soul with disregard, as he has treated me. I went to Milton, of course. I attended his salon and made him the offer afterward. But now... And do you wish you hadn't? It was a moment of perfect clarity, to know nothing was as I'd thought. And if so, what does God care for me? In that realization, an action suggested itself. I wish I could, but I can't repent that moment of understanding, even as it already fades from me. If Anne were alive, I would never have succumbed. She was like the ballast of a ship, never permitting me to go to the extremes of feeling. Everything has changed, and yet nothing has. I ought to be dead, without a soul. Yet I walk, I persist, I feel scarcely different. Except now I know that I am a fool. My soul is in Milton's keeping now. Could you ask for it back? Darn right. With the greatest of pleasure. Lord bless you and keep you. I don't need to warn you of the consequences of traffic with the Infernal. I pray you can remedy my stupid mistake. I sure can! This time I'm gonna do it. Ooh, can I use it on this? Nope. Down to dinner. Oh, I should have put on my academic robes. Horatia arrives late to supper. What's on your boots, Horatia? It looks like milk and it smells like a sewer. Don't go into the basement. Tell her I already know about the tentacle. I know there's a tentacled thing down there. Do you? I saw it the night of the fall. I didn't realize it had visited us so early. It's not only that. The floor down there is flooded. I moved everything to higher shelves. Is there anything I can help with? Only if you want to help carry buckets of nasty water out of the basement. So we form a bucket line. Horatia insists on taking the basement position. She still wants no one else to enter. But I stand on the stairs and take buckets from her and carry them out to the gutter. They do not smell like ordinary water. My eyes burn. By the way, I found a spare apron this morning. Left behind by a lodger who used to help out around the place now and again. I thought it might be of some use to you. Hey, a tailor's apron! Okay, we're getting Theophilus' soul back. We're going in with our academic clothes and our cool little spiriferer's fork. If we lose our soul in the process, that's not the end of the world. I also need to find Phoebe. Real bad during the season of Confessions. I did not make good enough friends with her, but I need to find her. Another morning, another newspaper. This morning's lies open on the table. Population of rats and spiders in London said to have tripled overnight. Blah, blah, blah. Not too occupied otherwise. Yes, yes. There shouldn't be anything in my jumbled up grab bag, but just in case. Nope. Okay. I think I should like to go out in my academic gown. Oh, and if I'm planning to visit devils, I should wear the devil's fork. Yep, I knew it. I had stuff to do at the townhouse. I do need to pay another visit to Rachel. Let's go bother Milton. Let's go bother Milton first, and then Rachel. This fork has an alluring menace about it. Most likely no one will expect me to exchange news of the day. I'm good with this. I got my spiriferer's fork. What? I was going to visit Rachel after, but congratulations to me! I find that Milton is already in conversation with a visitor. You'll laugh at me for the warning, but you should be careful. Oh? What Damoclean sword is suspended over me, then? The church preaches against you and all your kind. Oh, it's curious. No one understands sainthood better than hell. That won't protect you. They have done nothing to harm us, other than to make pronouncements. And barred you from services, haven't they? We were not moved to attend in the first place. Well, next they will declare your food unclean and prohibit you from preparing it in your customary way. Oh, Rachel, that's a deep pull. So, chat, as you might have guessed, the medieval church and onwards was not exactly friendly to kosher traditions. They didn't like it. So one of the things that you have to do with meat to make it kosher is you have to drain the blood of the animal in a very particular way. And to an outside observer, that can look really messed up. Especially to an outside observer who doesn't know why you're doing it. Now, that's not to say that slaughtering animals isn't a bloody business anyway. That's what an abattoir is for. But at the time, there was a lot of prejudice. There's still a lot of prejudice these days. There's so much. It just doesn't stop. But she is speaking from experience. glad we made friends with Rachel so I could tell you guys all about this.
Oh, we don't need to eat more than...
They will make laws that you cannot practice ordinary trades. Trades open to every other Londoner. That's also true. The reason that you have the idea, that a lot of people have the idea, okay. The reason that a lot of people have the idea, of the Jewish money changer, the Jewish banker, is because back in ye olden days, in roughly the medieval period, but a little later than that as well, what you saw was a very sort of early Christianity that decided that money was unclean. Couldn't handle it. That money only led to greed and other things. So it was really convenient that there was a whole group of people willing to be bankers about it. And one of the other things that you see at the time, is the Jewish populations of those areas being barred from doing anything else, basically. So that's where you get this from. It's basically a situation where, like, it's a situation where if you look, you're like, wait, hold on a second. If you've ever seen the blue paint post on Tumblr, you'll know sort of what I'm talking about. If you're familiar with stuff like that. The blue paint post is a metaphor where basically it's like, okay, everyone's house has to, you can live in this area, but your house has to be painted blue. And everyone's like, oh, okay, that tracks. It's prettier, and like this is an area where you can, where there's not a lot of, where the horizon goes on for a long time, so it makes the houses not really stand out against the horizon, and it means that they don't interrupt the sky. It's very artful. I like that. And then you come to find out that certain people aren't even allowed to buy blue paint, and if they have blue paint, they're arrested. And you're like, wait, hold on. What? And that's how you do segregation without doing segregation. Anyway, moving on. Make laws against blue paint. They'll force you to live in particular areas and deny you everywhere else. That's also true. She is speaking from so much experience. Girl. They will do that.
Rachel.
It is the church that named you all devils, wasn't it?
We're not easily damaged. It's not the same as a human turning against another human.
Well, just believe me if you have to.
I don't know what to tell her.
She carries a long history of loss.
So I see. I speak now of my yellow-eyed friends, you know. We tend to speak of individuals, the travails of one person in their own life. Perhaps we don't think enough on descended lineage of souls.
That is true. If devils started thinking about descended lineage, more accurately, if they started thinking about things like humans as not just the sum of a singular person's interaction with the world, but the sum of all the history before them, they'd get a lot further. That's how you get shrimpies. That's how you get lots of shrimpies.
I understand that you took the vicar's soul. A moment. This is not a negotiation for me alone.
I explained my business here a second time.
Oh, the priest gave us his soul willingly. We did not have to ask. Even Virginia has to ask ordinarily. He ranted and railed about, what was it, Milton? The indifference of an uncaring creator, who condemned his subjects to an existence without meaning. We devils have some experience there. He did not appreciate the comparison.
Whoa! Oh, I have so many things I can say because I'm wearing the fork. I'm not gonna laugh at this. I'm not gonna laugh at this.
I must congratulate you. Theophilus can hardly preach against you now. I find Londoners are gifted in hypocrisy. I do not expect the remedy to be lasting, but for the moment, yes. The abstraction was successful. He would have experienced it as a sleep. A cessation, though impermanent. An interregnum? Perhaps, though, like the princess, it will not return. Which is to say, his soul remains amongst our possessions. I'll owe you a favor if you tell me. Whatever you wish to collect. Delicious. I promise to hold you to it. Very well. We are not generally in the business of returning souls. Why do you even want it?
Make fun of the question? No. Oh, my pen lets me say that. I'm not going to make fun of the question. I should make fun of the question, though. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, I miss talking to Ghost. Oh. Well, anyway. I did wear this pin for a reason. I want to make a little fun.
I'm sure you'd like to know. Be sure that you know the answer, even if you won't tell me. When you do things without knowing why, that's where the trouble comes in. Virginia, would you entertain our guest?
Oopsie doodle. Eh.
I shall only be a moment.
He produces a bottle, azure blue, in which something bobs, pale as a ghost. Hey, that's a brilliant soul! Regular souls are green. Regular souls are green. Brilliant souls are blue. Then there's queer souls, which are orange. Silent souls, which are gray or silver. And the purple ones are... I forget. I'm not a spiriferer. What type of soul do you think I'd have? Val, my natural response was to answer, well, a queer soul like the rest of us. I know, right?
The soul of one Theophilus, abstracted and now returned. It is not to be imbibed. Proximity and affinity will suffice for its restoration. Now, unless there's anything else. And how does one extract a soul and place it in a bottle? The term is abstraction. That is, to make the tangible abstract. Brass has certain conductive properties that render the translation possible. There is a certain sympathy in the metal. We have dabbled with various tools over the centuries, but none have proved as long-lasting as the simple fork. It is as though the soul is drawn to sit upon the tines. It is a swift process. The soul longs to return to its true perfect shape, and before long, hence the bottle. After, there are a great deal of uses it can be put to. Hell has its utilitarians, of course. For the connoisseur, however, the act of collection is paramount. Perhaps best not to tell Theophilus that I part with this one rather easily, however. I look forward to your next visit, sir.
I have no jealousy here. What? Game, what? Okay, one more thing to do. And that's probably be like, here's your soul back, bud. But I should also visit the Landaus. I'm gonna visit Rachel. I should visit her all the days of her grief. Just in case Phoebe's here. Oh, no, I do not wish to wear the fork. Do not wish to wear the fork on my there. That's better. And she's grieving. Amazing. Do you have a funnier hat? Nope. There we go. She knows what I'm about. I'm good how I'm at. Good afternoon, friend. You ought to find me in a room full of relatives, but I'm in short supply of those. That's true, too. The grieving process, there's a whole bunch of stuff you do for the grieving process. She should not have to do anything, basically. There should be people here with her to console her. There should be people making sure that she's got food and like that she's eating, that she's sleeping, etc., etc. There should be people here helping her. She's also not required to follow the usual restrictions because grieving makes a mess of you. So she's not really required to follow most, not all, but a number of different rules. Like she doesn't even have to go to temple if she doesn't feel up to it. You spend a whole year in grief, usually, and then you go for a stroll around the block and symbolically come back into your life. What'll happen to you now? It is a few years since my whole family was alive. Mother, father, brother. I heard your voice again hurts me in such a way I cannot fully describe it. I need a 10-hour version now. Oh no. Each death changes what is possible for me, how I might live, what I might do. Does the body remain the same shape when the corset is unlaced? But we wear our stays for a reason. Is your brother's estate entailed? Will you be thrown out? The reverse, in fact. Much good it does me. The mail from the surface brought us word that our cousin Isaac had died. David was his heir. We inherited a house in Brighton and some other land. Assuming, of course, that David could return to the surface to lay claim to it all. But what good is that to me? My thoughts will be with you. I suppose you will have to change your census form for the Landau household, since the information that you collected from us will no longer be accurate. I'm sure your employers would appreciate the correction. I don't know if you have. Harisha pauses. Something's been on her mind, I think. Who is your family? What is your home? When you say we, who is included? Name our own little group of boarders. Yeah. Although my shirt lets me say not to worry about it. Chapman's is home to me. I cannot imagine another. Then I hope it will remain so. I'm not going anywhere. Some of the lodgers may come and go, if I can't prevent it. But they'll seldom leave against their will, I hope. It's good to know your own. In God's sight, there is no east or west. But we can't help nor rely on those who are too far from us. question my own views on exploration and acceptance of new cultures. Andre's views are listen, I know what that option is probably going to do. So I'm not choosing it, but I will, because what it's probably going to do is the same thing that it would do in Mass Effect, where it's really hard to tell what your dialogue option is. Because, like, the dialogue option seems reasonable, but then it's the ruthless option, so Shepard just lays into the Turians. In the most, like, ridiculous way possible. But for something like this, Andre does have this moment of being like, wait, maybe I'm actually just too open to other people. Maybe the problem with me is exactly what my parents think it is, that I am too open and accepting of other people. Maybe that really is the problem. Maybe I really do need to take a firm hand. Maybe if I did do that, I wouldn't end up getting hurt all the time. Because so often when I take, like, the gentle approach, so often when I try to be empathetic, people take advantage of that. But the thing with him is that usually, then he comes around and is like, wait, no, that's stupid. I would rather 100 guilty people go free than one innocent person be sent to death. Fair, am I cat-coded? I did compare you to a stray cat the other day. But at the same time, I don't know if I'd necessarily say cat-coded exactly. Though that said, you want love and attention, and it's just that a lot of the people around you don't really understand how to give that to you in a way that you actually want. So it ends up being a situation where they're like, but I'm trying, I don't get it, this isn't a dog, I don't understand why this cat doesn't behave exactly like a dog, that's dumb and weird. We have friends.
You're holding back some thought.
We're friends.
Why would I leave a mess? I'm not a monster. I'm gonna go pay her my back rent.
Oh, I gotta go get Theophilus' soul back, though. Alright. I don't remember how many days there are in Confessions. It is the end of Confessions. Oh no, I've really got to get Theophilus' soul back to him. There's nothing to recall in the past. Huh? What's going on downstairs? This morning I wake to furious pounding on the front door. What's happening? Rachel! Rachel's already talking to Grizz and Horatia by the time I get downstairs. I'm Rachel Landau. I believe you know Archibald Reed, the doctor? Well enough to know he didn't kill anyone. I'm not certain of that, and my brother was certainly dead. I'm certain of it! But you were quick to make accusations. I've come to ask your help, and maybe to free your friend as well. I'd best not let myself be drawn. You have a way of freeing Archie? I think David might not be... That is, I think he may not be dead anymore. I keep having dreams that David is awake in his coffin. I can barely close my eyes without thinking of it. If I don't dig him up and make sure, I'll never have any peace. So you've come to help us to help dig up your brother's coffin? Yes. I have a shovel in the basement, mostly for coal, but it will do. Why didn't you bring Phoebe, actually? Curious. I will agree. I want to know why you didn't bring Phoebe.
Where's Phoebe? At home, in bed. She's not up to much lately. She sobs and asks what will become of us and counts her rosary beads. Anyone would think it was her brother that died. You are Archie's friends, and you want his name cleared, so you have reason to try to find David alive, even if I mean nothing to you.
She glances at me, as though to say she knows there's more between us than that, even if she doesn't choose to say so in front of anyone else. We're friends. I'll do it out of friendship for you, Rachel. Rachel makes a few flattering remarks on my better points. I did a good job! She likes me! The nice writer lady likes me.
Here.
There's only a fresh mound of earth. I wanted my scholarly robes on for this.
You're sure this is the one? It's not marked. I left these stones.
Big.
Rachel takes her own turn with a shovel, but it needs a hand from each of us. It's grim, slow work. We struck the bottom at last. Grizz climbs into the grave. Well? It's been a few days, huh?
Grizz calls up from below.
David is still deceased. You're sure?
I'm going in there anyway.
Mind if I come down?
I wanted my academic robes on for this. The corpse is definitely a corpse.
I'm not sure what I expected to feel in its presence. Not this. Let's keep a look. The lips are green-tinged, the muscles of the face contorted, the fingers twisted. There's no sense of an intelligence departed or a spirit gone. It does not give the offensive sense that someone who should be here is not, and it does not feel like one's arrived too late. We'll keep looking. The more I look, the more I'm sure. This thing has never been alive at all. I do not smell decay, and there is a pale cloying scent like lilies grown in muck. The sense grows on me that if I touch him again, his eyes will open, and it will not be David Landau looking at me.
Brush back its false hair from its false forehead! Let's go!
Just where the hairline meets the brow is a line of 4 tiny sigils. I can barely make them out, even with a light. From above, Rachel calls to me in concern. I touch the sigil with the tip of my finger and flinch back. The touch of it stings. I've smeared it a little, I think. Does the corpse face look different now than it did?
Friend!
If you were hoping to find David down there, he isn't. Would you have written on your brother's forehead? Perhaps a custom of your own?
It definitely isn't. Oh, I'm so sad. I wanted to wear my academic clothes to...
Maybe I still can. Maybe I yet still can. Please let this leave me upstairs and let me choose my clothes.
Beautiful. I want my academic clothes, you see. And the reason I want my academic clothes and my ministry badge is because when I go in this hole, I think if I have my school clothes on, I'll be able to read. I think I'll be able to read those symbols if I have this stuff on. I don't know for sure. I wanted my academic clothes on for this anyway because I know there's magic foot from my other playthrough. Yes, yes, we know this part. Well enough to know he didn't kill anyone. I know. I know. Yes, yes, argue all you want, girls. Now kiss. Yes, yes, we're gonna go dig up his coffin. Still gonna ask the same questions. Where's Phoebe? She's crying a lot. Yes, we're friends. I will help out a friendship for Rachel because we're besties. She likes me. Okay. Only a fresh mound of earth, etc. I left these stones. Yeah, she sure did. That's Jewish custom. You leave stones on graves that you visit rather than flowers or whatever else. Yes, yes, bottom at last. Amazing. Well, it's been a few days, huh? David's still deceased. You sure? I'll go down there and look myself. Mind if I come down? Into the grave. We'll keep looking. Yeah, no sense of intelligence or departed, etc. Keep looking. I love that Get Out just keeps getting more emphatic. The more I look, the more I'm sure this thing has never been alive at all. I do not smell decay, but there is a pale cloying scent like lilies grown in muck. The sense grows on me that if I touch him again, his eyes will open, and it will not be David Landau looking at me. See if I can read those symbols. Just where the hairline meets the brow is a line of 4 tiny sigils. I can barely make them out, even with a light. From above, Rachel calls to me in concern. I touch a sigil with the tip of my finger and flinch back. The touch of it stings. I've smeared it a little, I think. Does the corpse face look different than how it did? Huh. I was hoping I could read them. If you were hoping to find David alive down there, he isn't. Maybe I should have brought, Would you have written on your brother's forehead? Perhaps a custom of your own? I did not, and I don't think the Chevra Kadisha would have. Nope. Sure wouldn't have. Was it Hebrew? No, nor Greek or Arabic. A rabbi of Prague was said to be able to bring dirt men to life by writing on their foreheads. Oh! Oh, I know that story! Oh, that story. Okay, so chat, you have probably seen in every piece of fiction that you have ever consumed that's fantasy flavored, you have probably seen golems. You've seen rock golems and fire golems and earth golems and jewel golems and so on and so forth. Golems come from this story specifically. So the story goes, there was a rabbi in Prague. He built a clay man. Wrote in Hebrew on his forehead. And that then said clay man became alive. The golems that you see in fiction are a disambiguation. They are so wildly off from what golems are. That it has the same problem. I have the same problem with golems in fiction that I have with the American version of the Wendigo, where that's a really cool monster you've got there, but it's not the thing you said it is. Honestly, I actually like the way that Guild Wars 2 walked that line. Where they have the monster, they called it a bone skinner. Like, it's a big ol' hunched over deer creature that shows up, grabs ya, and eats ya. And it makes things weird. And it drives other people to cannibalism and stuff. And I did not catch that was what... I'd never been exposed to the American idea of what a Wendigo is. So I did not catch that that's what they were doing. So I was just like, wow, what a cool monster. I love that. I got exposed later to what the American idea is by someone else complaining about its portrayal in some other piece of media. And I was like, what? Like, You know how sometimes you have something that you're just super used to, and then you hear someone else describe that thing that you're super used to because you've lived that, like you've known that thing most of your whole life, and you're just like, neat. And then someone else describes that thing and it's not even close to what you're thinking. You're just like, wow, you sure are saying a bunch of words that are wrong. Like, can you imagine? You're there like, oh yeah, no, I love barbecue. Barbecue's great. You're having a barbecue on the weekend. Oh yeah, no, I will absolutely show up to that. And then you get there, and then it's just a grill, and they put chicken on it for some reason. And you're like, what? This isn't that thing you said. At all. Where's your smoker? Where's your smoker? Where's any of your meat? Where's any of your other meat? Is it just chicken? Oh, hot dogs. Okay, where's any of your other meat? Where are the vegetables? Like where's the slaw? Where's anything? Sorry, that was a moment for me. That's when I found out what Ontario thinks a barbecue is. Burgers are also apparently allowed, but they just went with chicken. I was like, oh, this isn't a barbecue. This is not a barbecue. We don't get super... We don't always get the smokers out here either. That's more of an Alberta thing. But, like... Because Alberta is Canada's Texas, of course. Oil-rich and rodeo. And basically every biome on Earth can be found in Alberta somehow. Technically, rainforest can't be found there, I don't believe, but there is rainforest on the other side of the mountains in BC. Fun fact, Canada has every biome. We have all of them. If it's a biome, we got it. We got, let's see, we got desert, we got tundra, we got mountains, we got, golly, we got rainforest, we got, I don't know what I'd want to call the Canadian Shield. We got that. It's not quite tundra, but it is a lot of rocks. Mostly rocks. Some lichen. We got, oh, maybe we don't got every biome. We do kind of have that sort of tropical, it rains all the time on this island in particular, but we don't necessarily have the warmer temperatures that come with that usually. They're warmer for us, but they're not like super duper warm. But we do have basically every biome on Earth. I have a plan for your birthday gift. A birthday gift. Oh no. Ooh ah. My birthday is coming though. It's next month. Oh, I don't like that. That's too close, chat. That's way too close. Be prepared. Prepared to be gifted. Oh no, to whom? Okay, where are we? Right, we were doing this. But the thing down there is not alive. Maybe it was a smudge of grave dirt that looked like writing. Milton said once that the laws of life and death down here are not as they were above. And so I thought, I don't know. Whatever he implied, your brother isn't returning. It's most likely a mistake. I believe Mr. Mirrors is to blame for sending dreams. I'm very sure that thing ain't right. We might not have found a live David in the grave, but I'm still not at all sure we found his corpse. Well, if it isn't him, then we probably don't want to meddle with whatever it is. One thing I've learned at the ministry, there are things down here that resemble people, but are not people. Not even counting the devils. We can go. I'm sorry. It was foolish of me to think there could be anything in it.
Grizz and Andre should see you back home safe. You don't need to do that, but I'd be grateful for the company. You've had a shock. Phoebe, we have guests. We aren't guests. Don't worry about refreshments. I had you digging up graves. The least I can do is offer a pot of tea. Phoebe! Probably asleep. The baggage. Oh, Rachel! Whoa! Hello! Hi, David! So, fun fact. He's fine. I've died and fallen in London before. All that happens is you go to a distant shore. If your wounds get too high, you die for realsies, I think. I don't know if it makes your character unplayable, but I'm curious to find out sometimes. While you're dead, your wounds can go even higher than 8. You can get them up to like 15, I think, and they die, and then you die for realsies, though. Maybe. I'm honestly curious now. I need to look that up. I would love to have one of those imaginary friend remotes so I don't have to bother people all the time, you know? I don't want you to have one of those imaginary friend remotes. You don't need that. You've got us. You've got the internet. We're friends. The whole internet. We're all friends here. I wish everyone on the internet could be friends, but sometimes they're really mean to each other. And that makes me sad. I wish they could be nice. And that's swell, isn't it great? Isn't it swell? Isn't it fun? Isn't it? But nothing stays. In 50 years or so, it's gonna change, you know. But it's heaven nowadays. Do, do, do. Nah, you're fine. It does not get annoying. And also, I don't find it constant. Besides, I'm just as obnoxious with my friends. I'll roll up out of nowhere and be like, hi! And aquarium staff goes, what are you doing out of your tank? And I go, hi! And they go, how did you get all the way here? Your tank is down the hall. You're 4 centimeters. It's a long walk for you, isn't it? And I went, I got a skateboard. And they go, oh yeah, right. And you have that little toy car that you like riding around on. And I go, yeah. So I got here by skateboard. And they go, okay. Okay. Why are you here? And I go, I came to see what you were all doing. And they go, we're working. And I go, neat. I'm gonna help. And then they get mad because then I try to help them with their spreadsheets. They don't like it. Hello, I let myself in. You were dead! I was. And now you aren't? Not for the past couple of hours. It took a little time to return, and then you weren't here. Thank goodness. Rachel, what a mercy for you. It seems my dreams didn't lie after all. There was a body in your grave. We just finished covering it over. I didn't wake in my grave. I came to myself standing in the midst of London. At one moment I was crossing the last river, and then the boatman put me back ashore. I really want to worry about that sigil. I would love to help. The corpse with the sigils on it. It may not be David's body, but surely it's connected with this. I am not returning to dig it up a second time. My hands are raw. And I have more mysteries than I can manage already. As far as I'm concerned, it was a malevolent practical joke, and I don't need to know by whom. If it was man-made, it was still a very strange creation. There may be others we can ask, people who would know more about this kind of matter. I don't believe I've had the pleasure of your acquaintance, Miss Smith. I'm a clerk at the Ministry of Accounting and Recounting. I was helping Miss Landau. We were trying to dig up your corpse. I dreamed you were alive, that you were trapped in there. I knew it might only be grief, but I dreamed it again and again, so vividly. We should make a list of what to do. I will alert the Ministry that death appears not to be going as usual, and someone needs to inform Harjeet that Mr. Landau is not dead, and therefore Archie is not a murderer. Someone did murder me. I was poisoned. It was excruciating. He really was completely dead. True facts. But he isn't dead now, so therefore, that is not a murder. Whoever did it might try again, and I can't be sure it wouldn't work. Believe me, I still very much want to know who the culprit was. I'd rather hoped you might know who did it. Listen with ghoulish curiosity. No. Heck! I hardly ate anything that day, only the medicine that Archie brought me. I wasn't feeling well from the beginning, so I stayed in my room to read. There was quite a parade of visitors in the parlor I collect. A parade? I had Ivy Fitzclare here working on a fitting. She is hardly a visitor, and we were not in the parlor for the most part, though she may have passed through. So, Miss Fitzclare was here on the last day, and Archie visited. We know that, as you blamed him for the poisoning. Rachel and Phoebe were here at home, and I believe I heard Milton's sticky tones through 3 sets of doors.
David! He's so grumpy. I love him.
Milton did pay a morning call. It was not long, and I was preoccupied with Ivy. I held a brief conversation with him and then excused myself. He spoke with Phoebe for a few minutes and then departed again, I believe. And when Archie was with you, he didn't do anything strange? Nothing to make you think that he had a sinister intention? No, his bedside manner was much the usual. He had moments of melancholy. He often spoke of being homesick, but otherwise he only showed concern to see that I was better. Although the flavor of the medicine that day was a trifle different. More like other ordinary medicines I'd had before. He said it was a change of the ingredients available, and that he'd had to compound his own down here. That's a little troubling, now that I've thought of it. More than a little. I'm sure it's only a coincidence, and the meaning was just what Archie said it was. Anything else that you ate, consumed? And you ate nothing, David? No, only Archie's medicine. No drinks? No tea with a bitter flavor and a gritty texture at the bottom of the cup? Ah, cyanide. Or strychnine. I would certainly have noticed. I thought as much. One always has the sense of poisoning victims being especially unobservant. We should go home and leave you to your conversation. I imagine there's a great deal to say at such a reunion. You will let Constable Singh know that the murder is no longer a murder? I wouldn't want the matter to be dropped. It would be the most grotesque miscarriage of justice to hang a man for murder when he did no such thing and his victim is still walking around London. Very well, I will alert Constable Singh to the fact that David lives. You do press your points. When you came to us for help, you said it would help us free Archie. It's true, I did. Then pray honor that commitment. That was a rash promise. Well, it seemed reasonable, and I needed help. Can you see any of our cousins agreeing to come down and take a turn with the shovel? No, and especially not the Landau cousins. Such a betrayal of tradition.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot to mention it, but that is wild true. that do be sacrilege. I need a candy heart, I think. I need a little candy heart. I know we're almost done. I need little candy hearts, though. It is of grave import because it is Valentine's-ish. It's soon to be Valentine's. This is a love story. Oh, I should play Slay the Princess. I was going to play Slay the Princess or something like that for Valentine's. But then I decided that I would play Date to Die For because, as you know, some very kind soul got that for me. Did you know? I know I did. I played Slay the Princess for all of you. I can play more. I can play it again. This is my second playthrough of this game. Play it again, Sam. Heck. I can play Sam and Max for you guys too. I've never done that before. Oh, I saw the thing and I didn't hear the sound and then I got scared. But thank you, and give my thanks to Miss Smith as well. You were truly a great assistance in a terrible time. If it was Archie who gave the fatal dose, then something will have to be done. But of course, we'll say it wasn't murder. You may say it wasn't. Play Look Outside 2.0. Lamau. We have finished the season of confessions. We're all done confessing. Okay, game should be saved. Because I'm back at my room. Alright, it's now closing time and we hope you enjoyed your visit to the Octopus Enclosure! Yay! Okay. Where are we going tonight? We're going on an adventure. What do we want to do? Let's see who's doing what. Ha 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 ha! Oh no, League! I'm not taking you guys to see League. Don't worry. I would never do that to any of you. Good gravy. So many people are on tonight. It's Wednesday. Chat, it's Wednesday. We're gonna go see some Journey. Been a little while since I've seen some Journey. Where's my raid message? Alright, that is it for tonight, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for playing along with me.